Hey guys, so just for a song, so massive thank you to everyone who voted in my poll that I put on Twitter. Basically, I was trying to decide whether I should do a tag video today or a storytime video, and a storytime video won by 1 vote. So today's video is going to be a special storytime video. I haven't done one of these in so long, I really enjoy doing them, but I really struggled to come up with an idea of what I could actually talk about you guys and find interesting and maybe even funny, because my life's actually quite boring. But I managed to find something that I really want to share with you guys because it is actually really funny, and it's basically the story behind my first kiss. Now, I've already mentioned this before in other videos. I mentioned what my first kiss actually was. So the reason I'm talking about this is because it's actually a really funny story of the day I had my first ever kiss. It was with a boyfriend, it wasn't just with some complete randomer. It's just a really funny story of that one day. This story starts in year 11, which I was about 15, so yeah, I was a little bit late having my first kiss, but you know, I was actually quite an ugly teenager, so I'm surprised I even had a first kiss at all at that age. But anyway, like, let's just give a guy a round of applause for actually dating me. No, I wasn't really a pretty sight back then. Not saying I am now, but I'm better than I was then anyway. And there was 4 of the girls, and us 4 were best friends, and the other guys were all best friends. We kind of just hung out together like all the time at break. I basically started liking one of the guys in the friendship group. We didn't date outside our friendship group, we all just dated each other. It was quite funny actually. At the time Valentine's Day came around, I'd never had a Valentine's Day card in my life, never had a relationship and Valentine's Day in my life, and I remember a card coming through and I was so happy, and everyone told me it was him that sent me the card, and he was acting like all embarrassed and all weird, so I genuinely believed it was him. Anyway, it turned out it was actually someone brought me a card and got a neighbour to sign it and to pretend it was from some random person, and I was really upset when I found out because I genuinely thought it was from the guy that I liked. Eventually, a few months later, like it become quite obvious that he maybe liked me, and I've never been one of these people who, if you like me, you have to tell me, because I will not believe it otherwise. Like, even to this day I still struggle to believe people like me like in that way. I had a feeling but I wasn't sure, but everyone kept telling me that he liked me. This is when the story starts. I decided to take the plunge. I asked him out and he didn't give me an answer. He was like, oh, can I sleep on it? And I was like, okay. And obviously, like, when you ask someone out or tell someone you like them, it's always really scary. When they give you that answer, it's like, oh my god. This is the first time I've ever asked someone out, but I really took the plunge in doing it because everyone kept telling me he liked me. I didn't believe he liked me, but I thought I'd go for it anyway, so everyone's saying he did. So I remember being quite upset, but I was like, okay, I've got to a morning, it's fine. I can't remember exactly what happened, but I thought he said no. I think I just got that in my head that he'd said no, because that's just the kind of person I am. I automatically thought, oh, well, he's not giving me an answer. He clearly doesn't want to go out with me. So, and I remember being upset, and I was going out with my mum and my brother somewhere down in town, and he tried to ring me and he was like, oh, can he come on MSN? Remember the MSN days? Oh my god. He's like, can he come on MSN? Because my answer's on MSN. And I was like, well, I can't get on MSN right now. So I still think it's really odd. Why not just ring me up and tell me yes or no? And so I was like, I can't come on MSN right now because I'm out. So he was like, oh, okay. But even then, I presumed he said no. And I remember like we were having like a big meet up with a friendship group. I obviously didn't want to go because I just asked a guy out and I thought he'd rejected me. So I was like, I don't want to go. My friends were like, oh, you have to come along. So I was like, okay. So they were literally meeting me down in town where I was anyway. And then my friends all came along and we were all hanging out. And then they kept coming to me going, oh, congratulations. And I was like, what? I didn't know what they were talking about. Like, for like about 20 minutes, I was having congratulations from my friends and I had no idea what they were talking about. I'm going to call him Richard for the purpose of this video. They were like, oh, you and Richard are together. Congratulations, you've got a boyfriend. I was like, what? I was thinking, I have a boyfriend? What are you talking about? I haven't got a boyfriend. And I was like, oh, he said yes. Did you not go on MSN? He said yes on MSN. And I was like, what? And then like, basically, this whole story is, I had a boyfriend but didn't know I had a boyfriend. But like, all my friends knew before me that I was dating someone. And it's just the most funniest thing because I had no idea we were dating. And then like everyone's like, oh, congratulations, you should go and see your boyfriend. And I was like, I haven't got a boyfriend. What are you talking about? He said no. They're like, no, he didn't. He said yes, it's on MSN. So basically all my friends who were on MSN got to see the answer before I did. But anyway, so that happened and everything was a bit awkward because I'm socially awkward anyway, and I'd now had a boyfriend I didn't even know I had 20 minutes before. So I was like, okay. And I still, obviously, like, I still liked him and stuff, but it was like, this is really awkward, we're actually together now. I didn't know what to do because I'd never been in that situation before. I was quite slow on the uptake of relationships and that kind of thing back then. So after a little bit of, you know, getting used to each other and kind of still not really knowing what to do with each other and feeling really awkward around each other, we went down to the beach and we played Truth or Dare. And when they got to Dare with my boyfriend, they all said to him, they're like, Dare, I dare you to kiss Becky. And I was sitting there going, oh my God, because I'd never kissed a guy before in my life. Like, I was freaking out at this point. I was like, oh my God, what do I do? But anyway, all it basically was we just literally just pecked on the lips. That was it. That wasn't really my proper first kiss, but that was my first kiss with a guy, and it was a dare, but it was with a boyfriend, so I can say it was with a boyfriend. Okay, so that's the story of my first serious relationship and how my first kiss actually happened. I want to share this video with you because one, it's really funny, and I always tell people about it all the time because it just makes me laugh. The fact that I didn't even know I was dating the guy until like hours after my friends knew. This is before everything was made Facebook official and all that as well. Two, because I've mentioned in the past my first kiss was a dare, so I thought I'd mention in an actual video the whole story behind it. And three, because it was voted in by people on Twitter asked me to do a Storytime video. So there you go, that's a Storytime video. It was great fun to film and great fun to talk about, but it's also quite embarrassing. I like to think I'm not as awkward as I was back then because I do have a bit more of an idea of how relationships work now and what to do. So hopefully next time I get a boyfriend I won't be as awkward. But this video has probably explained why I'm still single. I hope you guys all enjoyed, and that I am postponing my schedule for next week because I'm going to go to Summer City. I will be at Summer City at the time of you watching this as well, so I will be vlogging for Summer City. So next week will be just my vlogs on Summer City. So if you'd like to see that, please don't forget to like, comment and of course subscribe to me, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!